truck at all times. If you have small children, they're welcome to sit on a lap or in a seat. They're stuck in that same spot the entire time. There's not going to be a light here after your child is not the front, so please don't listen to them. There's no eating or drinking while we're out there all night. Make sure not calling out or making noises to those animals. If you take a look above you, there are some animals spotting guys. Some of the rest of the animals we may see out there today. Feel free to get those phones and cameras out ready to take pictures. Since you do hold on to all of those belongings very tightly, because when it falls off the truck, we cannot stop to get it.
Oh yeah, you do already up there. What is it then?
Take a pool.
We're going to get our journey started in the Little Cherry Forest. The forest is home to many shy and reclusive animals that are very good at camouflage. So keep those eyes open. Up here on our left-hand side, there's two different types of animals out here. The lighter tan ones are greater kudu. Males have horns, females do not. And the darker brown animals here on our left are bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they are rarely seen. Both male and female bongos have horns. Their horns tilt backwards to get through that thick underbrush of the forest. On our right-hand side are a couple of okapis. Even though they may look like they'd be closely related to the zebra because of their stripes on their legs, they're actually not. They're more closely related to the giraffe. They have a long branch off them to reach and grab those leaves from under sides of trees. They are so good at camouflage that they were not discovered in the Western world until 1901. Or that they were thought to be a myth because they were so rarely seen.
What are these for?
Oh, look at that rhino. Yeah. He's a big fella, eh?
Way up in the back on the left-hand side, there is a black rhino up there. And over here on our left-hand side, there is another one a little bit closer here.
Oh, look at him.
What's that in the water?
Thinking it's about 3,000 pounds and wind up to 35 miles per hour. They usually live solitary lives because they can be very territorial. Over here on our left-hand side, the two white and black birds over here are saddlebelt storks. See those? They have their name from the yellow saddle-shaped shield on their beak. They can get up to 5 feet tall with a wingspan up to 9 feet. The cool thing about this bird is once they find a mate, they set that same mate for life. As we make our way out of the Little Cherry Forest, we're going to head down into the Safi River. The river is home to animals that spend their time in and around the water. If you take a look back down in the water on the right-hand side, they're
look it over here, bud.
They spend most of their day submerged in the water to keep cool, lasting as long as 8 minutes at one time under the water. Make sure we are staying fully seated, please. They don't usually swim, they just walk along the bottom. There are some more here on our left-hand side as well. A group of hippos is called a bloat. They are nocturnal, which means they're more active at night, so they'll spend their day in the water, not at night on the riverbanks to eat.
Wow, there's an everything.
Dad, I'm going to see if we see it.
The light-gray birds on the island are pink-backed pelicans.
We can see it.
They get their pink coloration during mating season. They'll nest in colonial pairs from about 20 to 500. Means anywhere between 40 and 1,000 pelicans can be in the same spot at once.
We can see it. Look, you look up there. Tell you up there where you're going to see it. Well.
Oh, right there.
down on our left-hand side.
Crocodiles. They wanted to see crocodiles.
They wanted to see crocodile. They can get up to about 16 feet tall all the way around 500 pounds. And they have their mouths kind of like an air conditioning to pull themselves up. Even though crocodiles have very powerful jaws, they can be very gentle with them. When their eggs are about to hatch, they will gently roll them in their mouths to help them.
Look, there's a tiger.
As we make our way out of the Safi River, it seems as though those trees and brush are thinning out. Trees are making their way towards the savannah.
What's the savannah?
This funny looking tree on our right hand side is a baobab tree, also known as the tree of light. As it can survive in long periods of drought by storing water in its trunk and remaining leafless up to 9 months. So we'll also like call the upside down tree. This kind of looks like it's upside down with its roots on the top. Now the savannah is home to South Africa's most famous animals that highly influence the landscape. Elephants will bulldoze the trees to eat, giraffes will prune the trees, and antelopes will mow the grasses. Many migrating animals do live on the savannah, so we don't know what we're going to see out here.
Oh, look at the giraffe walking.
Wow, that thing's. I see everyone.
Where's the zebra?
Out here on our right hand side, there are some Hartman's mountain zebras. They have an extra flap of skin on their neck called a dewlap to help regulate their body temperature. A zebras is called a
Did they walk in, eh?
If you're wondering whether zebras were white with black stripes,
We're gonna see a bull.
or black with white stripes, just take a look at their nose. If their nose is black, they are black with white stripes.
We're gonna see a hyena. We're gonna see a cheetah in the safari. Yeah, see a cheetah. What you said? Yeah. We're definitely gonna see lions.
Over here, ladies and gentlemen, on our left-hand side, they're all towards the left of the den here in the shade. Those are some African painted dogs laying down out there.
Yeah.
They have their name from their unique colors on their coats.
Is
They're some of the
that
most successful hunters as they will hunt and capture their prey until that prey does drop from exhaustion.
Oh yeah, the what you said.
Lying down way in the back on the left-hand side, those brown animals back there are sable antelopes. Their horns tilt backwards to keep off any predators that may want to jump on their backs. Never in a fight or flight situation, they'll always choose fight. They're the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Preserve because they are very brave. The mounds on either side of the trunk are termite mounds made on the dirt side and dump. Animals will scratch their horns on them, and when they're short enough, small animals will use them as lookout points. They can form in dense herds about 1.5 million and travel between 500 and 1,000 miles each year across the savannah. When they lay down, they'll lay down facing in all different directions. Keep an eye out for predators. One of them sees something going on, they'll get up, alert the others, and they'll all start running. The animal that's walking out away this way, the really long horns, is an Ankole cattle. Also known as the Watusi cattle after the group that domesticated them. Their horns can get up to 4 feet long, but they're not heavy. They have a nice honeycomb structure inside. They do circulate blood to those horns to help keep themselves
Look how
cool.
close this one is. Oh my gosh.
Come up here on our right hand side. There are some Maasai giraffes. You can tell they're side drafts by the rough pattern on their coats. Each one being individual, just like our fingerprints. They're the tallest animals in the world. They have long arms sometimes to reach for their those leaves with the sides. Alright, we are going to pass this one on our right hand side. We're going to be really close. Make sure we're not sticking anything out of the truck.
And then can I go back to that side?
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look.
They spend most of their day eating, typically about 30 minutes each day. 30 minutes is not all at once. Short little increments of a couple minutes at a time. They do most everything standing up, from eating to drinking to sleeping to even giving birth. So the first thing a baby giraffe experiences in the world is about a 6-foot drop to the ground.
How long is this
A
ride?
sled of giraffes is called a
How
tower.
long is this ride?
Look at all those giraffes.
They get up between 16 and 20 feet tall, and they're going to run about 6 feet tall.
Now one can't reach this.
Now it does look like there are some trees down over this way, which makes me believe we're headed towards the largest animals of the savannah. Let's keep going to see what we can find over here.
What's over here? There's a bunch of trees. Is it going slow?
Out here on our left hand side, up on the rock up here, there is a mandrill. Mandrills are the largest monkeys, with the males being significantly larger than the females.
What's the reason?
They do have a bright blue and red coloring on their face that does get brighter when they get excited. They look familiar. They're just like Rafiki from the Lion King. If you look way up in the back on the right hand side, way up in the back, you kind of see the back end of an elephant out there. It is an African elephant. We can tell it's an African elephant by the shape of its ears, roughly resembling the shape of Africa. They will flap those big ears to help keep themselves cool. Elephants do live in matriarchal societies, meaning if you see herds of elephants, usually it's females and their offspring, led by the oldest female of the group. Males will usually leave their herd about age 14. Some live alone or in loose bachelor groups of about 2 to 3 for the rest of their lives. Since that elephant back there was all alone, we can think that it's a male elephant. It is becoming harder to find elephants in the wild due to loss of habitat. Therefore, humans and elephants have been competing for resources. But there
Look at over there, it's the elephant.
Newfound research has shown that elephants are afraid of the buzzing noise that bees make. So Disney's Conservation Fund has teamed up with farmers in Kenya to help build beehive fences on the outskirts of their croplands to keep those elephants out. So when the elephants come near, they hear those bees buzzing. They get scared, turn around, and go the other way, making it a win for everyone. The elephants do get to stay safe. The farmers keep their croplands nice. They can populate more bees. And from those bees come to the meat. Those farmers can sell their local villages as an extra profit along with their crops. Do you see another elephant walking around out there on our left-hand side? And they put this out there. They do have very sensitive skin, so they'll use their trunk to throw dirt and mud on their backs to protect themselves from the sun. Just like you would wear sunscreen, because they can get a sunburn, just like you and I. Some more of those Ankoli cattle up there on our right-hand side as well.
Oh, going in the water.
Mom, we're in the water. Ducks.
Coming up here on the island are some
Look at the
greater
elephants.
flamingos.
More elephants over here, but
They're the largest and lightest in color of all flamingos, but they don't always have pink feathers. When they're born with gray feathers. They get their pink coloration from the tiny brine shrimp that they eat, containing beta carotene in them. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. Look up on the hill on the right-hand side. There's a small tan animal up there. That is a springbok. They can jump up to 6 feet in the air and 13 feet while moving. When they get scared, they'll jump up and down repeatedly, which is called ronking. I like to eat the springbok kind of like s'mores with the graham cracker on the top, the chocolate noodle, and the marshmallow on the bottom. It does look like there is a mud pit over here. Animals like rhinos will roll in the mud to coat their skin to protect themselves from the sun and insects. So there might be some rhinos in the area. So
there was one just up there to the right running, Rick.
Down there on
It's
our
up there.
right-hand side, there is an ostrich. Ostriches are the largest birds. Even though they can't fly, they use their wings up and turn while they're running. They can run up to 40 miles per hour. And it looks like we have found those rhinos. They're up here in the trees on the right-hand side, laying down. There's one standing up there as well. Those are white rhinos. They get their name from the Afrikaans word of light, meaning wide. Now, white, talk about their wide mouths. They're a lot larger than the black rhino that we saw earlier, getting to about 5,000 pounds. The only predator to the rhino are humans. Humans will hunt rhinos for their horns. Usually they're made out of keratin, just like our fingernails, and pose no scientific purpose for us. Rhinos don't have very good eyesight, and white rhinos are usually found in groups because they are very social. So a group of rhinos is called a crash.
It's resting, yeah.
They're so big, huh?
Must have good legs with yourself
Alright, looking up here on our left-hand side, there are cheetahs laying down between these trees up here.
Oh, by the trees. See them? See them lay up? Did you see them?
Cheetahs can run up to 60 miles per hour, but only for a few hundred yards. They're the only big cats that hunt during the day. They are the only cats that do not have retractable claws. A group of cheetahs is called a coalition. This rock formation in their body is called a copy. Animals will use them to lay out in the sun and watch over the savanna grassland. It looks familiar. It's just like Pride Rock from the Lion King.
Wait, is the one with the name? Yeah.
Where? Oh, yeah. That baby one. Rhino.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see some out there up on the grass. Looks like possibly two females and a male. We'll get to see them a little bit better as we come around here. They do spend most of their day sleeping. Sleeping between 16 and 20 hours each day.
Oh, yeah.
They
Right
do
up
their
on
hunting
top.
at night with the females doing the hunting.
See him on the rock?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the lion.
A group of lions is called a pride. You can hear their roar up to 5 miles away.
Right there.
A male lion's mane camps about 30 pounds, which doesn't really help them with hunting, but it does help them with self-defense.
They don't
Oh,
care.
there's like 3 of them there,
They're
guys.
so used to this every day.
Is there one with a mane?
Alright, come up here on our right-hand side.
See that one, Deb?
There's some
Yeah,
more
what's he
rhinos.
doing there?
Oh, I see it. If you look at the log back there on the left-hand side, there is a warthog laying down. It looks like a free rock back there.
Yeah.
No,
Just like Pumbaa.
Yeah.
They're the largest growing animals. They'll
Those
back
here?
into the road, sitting those sharp, pointy tusks out to protect themselves from predators. All right, come up here on the right. There is a baby. Just make sure we are being quiet so we don't scare it. There is a baby rhino up here, and it is so cute. I know. Make sure we are being
Look at him, he's so
quiet.
cute.
Also up here on the ground are some ostrich eggs. We did see that ostrich earlier. Ostrich eggs are the largest of the bird eggs, weighing about 3 pounds, which is equivalent to about 2 dozen chicken eggs. An ostrich egg is so strong that even an adult human can stand on one without breaking it. Now that baby rhino that we just saw is the second out of 3 baby white rhinos that were born here within a year of each other. That one is about 7 or 8 months old now. Disney's Conservation Fund is working really hard to help regain that population. Our third one out of the 3 is the 13th white rhino that has been born here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We are now in our final area of the reserve, which is called Magadi Glen, where the warden has decided to set up her post. Remember us earlier talking about those beehive fences to keep those elephants out? That yellow structure there in the middle is one of them. The warden does have some Nigerian dwarf goats. There are full-grown adults as well as babies out there. They do spend most of their day eating and playing, keeping those grasses short for the owner. They also produce a sweet milk product that owners will take and sell in their local villages to stimulate the economy. Find more on the goats than wildlife. In turn, protecting wildlife and their habitats. You too can help animals like the ones we saw here today. We're starting right here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're going to any merchandise location and donating to the Disney Conservation Fund. Any donation made, Disney will match dollar for dollar, helping animals across the world. Other ways we can help animals here and at home are by using the 3 R's, which are reduce, reuse, and recycle. Here, don't dump plastics on. I'll just make sure you put in a recycling bin. So recycle those old electronics like cell phones. They do have a metal and then pop pan that is mined in these areas for this animal blood. By recycling those products, they can just reuse that metal, not having to mine for more, helping to save those animals and their habitats. If you have any wilderness explorers on board, you're on the Simba.
I don't think it's ever not full.
Simba like the lion and the number 1. If you're looking for other fun things to do once you get back to the village, Gorilla Falls Expiration Trail is a nice 15 to 20 minute walking trail to see more animals. You can also earn more badges there for our wilderness explorers. Over there, they do have an underwater hippo viewing area, some meerkats, grabby zebras, sneaking mole rats, today there are some pretty cool birds and a couple groups of gorillas. They have a family group of gorillas out there. A baby gorilla that you might be able to see. They also have a bachelor group of gorillas out there. We are working on our way back. We just have to wait for our turn to get up to the docks here. Get you on your next adventure for the day.